to another episode of the Verde Valley Experience. I'm your host, Jennifer Cohen. Thank you, as always, for joining us. And as always, we're going to have the most amazing people on the show today. There's so many great organizations and activities happening around the Verde Valley year-round. But, you know, hey, here it is. We're in February, the latter part. Lots of good things coming up in March we're going to be talking about, and all kinds of great people you're going to meet. So today on the show, our first guest is Emily Hawley, who is the Director and Special Educator at Cupertino Power Learning Academy. Now, coming up in March, they have something called Chris's Camp. It is a therapeutic and recreational camp for people with disabilities. It sounds absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to talk about it. So she's going to come up first. Then we're going to talk to parents of addicted loved ones. We've got Angie Lozano, who is the Executive Director of Angie's House. And we also have Eleanor, who is a parent, who is part of the group. They're going to come in and talk to us about that organization and about their meetings and all the things they do and how they can help lives of parents who may have addicted loved ones. You know, be that your spouse, your brother, you can also include that as well. So it's a wide-reaching group. Then we'll talk with Camp Verde Library Director and co-chair of the VVSciTech Foundation, Kathy Hellman, and also Diane Joens, who is the co-founder of the Verde Valley SciTech Festival. Now, yes, it's SciTech time. It started, it's rolling. There's so much going on for the next 4 weeks. These lovely ladies are going to come in and talk about a few special things that are happening just here in the Verde Valley. And it's amazing when you get hands and minds on something, how we can create such a difference in the future with SciTech. It's really, really cool. Then we'll go on location, courtesy of our friends at Cat and Verde Links. We're going to go to Verde Valley Archaeology Center and talk with Executive Director Ken Zoll. Now, Verde Valley Archaeology Fest is coming. It's happening. It's very, very soon. It's called Archeo Madness this year. It's really cool. And there's a new exhibit involved with the festival. It's the Paul Dyck Art and Archaeology exhibit. Really neat. So we're going to go hang out with Ken for a little while and talk about that. Then it's a wonderful thing. Our musician today, the beautiful and talented Riley Whittaker, is going to be on the show. She's lovely, about the loveliest thing you've ever seen. Riley is 13, and she's amazing, and I am so pleased to have her on the show, so I can't wait. So stick around, because you're going to want to see her too, and we'll go ahead and get rolling. We have the lovely and talented Emily Hawley with us today. You're so great. Director and Special Educator for Cupertino Power Learning Academy. Lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, tell us just briefly, if you would, about Cupertino Power Learning Academy. What is it?
Cupertino Power Learning Academy is a state-approved private day school for people with disabilities. We serve kindergarten through 12th grade students, and it's located at Cupertino Power Learning Center, which is on 2715 East 89A. And here in Cottonwood, and at the center we have a physical therapist office, resource therapy. We have Leap of Faith Learning, which is a tutoring and advocacy organization for people with disabilities. And moving in, we have Kid Abilities, which is an occupational therapy office that they also have a location in Prescott Valley. And now they're going to have a location here in Cottonwood, and it's really exciting because they do something called neurofeedback. So maybe another time they can come on and talk about what they do.
Yeah, I think we could do about 6 different segments on the things
so
happening at
we're
Cupertino.
trying to build Cupertino to be a resource that has a variety of resources for people with disabilities and their families.
That sounds like it. That is absolutely amazing. So is it a school in itself where the kids go and they go during the day, just like a regular school, as well as all these specialized things that happen?
We have the same calendar year as Cottonwood Oak Creek School District. As I said before, we serve students kindergarten through 12th grade. And they have a Monday through Friday schedule, just like the rest of the kids around this valley.
Wow, that's cool. Now tell us about Chris's Camp. This sounds really interesting.
Chris's Camp is another opportunity, experience that we get to host at Cupertino. And Chris's Camp is a therapeutic camp for people with disabilities. Now we're adding on, it's also a recreational camp, meaning we're going to do some recreational things in addition to intense therapeutic setting is the goal. And Chris's Camp was founded by a woman named Kathy Berger, and she's a physical therapist and has spent a lot of time researching the brain and how it's related to autism, because most importantly, she was the mother of Chris that inspired her to start this camp. And Kathy lives in Florida, although I'm trying to get her to move to Cottonwood. And Chris unfortunately passed away when he was very young. In addition to autism, he had seizures. previously, I believe it was only about a year before he passed away, he went to a camp called Adams Camp. And it was the first time, I believe he was about 3 years old, that he really engaged with his mom, Kathy, and he communicated with her. And it inspired her so much that after he passed away, she wanted to create a camp, just like Adams Camp, to help families and people who have children who struggle with communication, struggle with body control, and various disabilities. So I got a lot of experience doing Chris's camp. It used to be hosted in Idlewild, California. And I had the opportunity, I've done it over the past 8 years, I had the opportunity to meet people with autism from all over the country and even some people from out of the country, which has been amazing as an educator to meet all these different people with autism and meet, because, you know, once you meet one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. So now, Cupertino, we're hosting Chris's camp twice a year, potentially 3 times a year.
All right.
Spring, fall, and summer. So the camp that we have coming up is in March. It's going to be March 15th, 16th, and 17th, which is a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. For a lot of the students around here, that's their spring break. So we're hoping that families will come and they can learn more about the camp at Cupertino if they'd like to stop in and ask questions. chrisscamp.org is a website where you can learn more about it. And then on the Cupertino website as well, we have information about Chris's camp. So it's a 3-day camp. The time will be 9 to 2. And your child to adult, we do various things, hiking, we'll do art, different things like that. In addition, there'll be a physical therapist, occupational therapist, we have a neurologic music therapist. I'm trying to get a vision therapist. But the goal is to, in those 3 days, have a structured environment with recreational activities, but at the same time have different skilled therapists come in and work with the people. So at the end, we can sit down and meet with their families and talk about what helped, what worked, what we tried, and just the experiences that we had, in addition to building relationships. Obviously, over those 3 days, usually people start to gain some friendships and have a good time.
I bet. Yeah, having a good time while getting something accomplished.
Yeah.
I mean, if you find one different scenario that works well, wow, you've got this new way of looking at something and helping someone.
And in addition to therapists, we have educators there, so we might learn some things that will be helpful at home, whether it's doing more sensory integration and exercising and yoga, and there might be some things that they can talk to their teachers about too for their child.
And there's a wide age range, so where does it start, and do you have a cap at the end?
No cap.
Wow, so
we've worked with a lot of adults in Chris's camp, and Chris's camp's evolving with doing it here now in Cupertino. Previously, there was some overnight camps, there was adult camps, so now we're starting to gear it more towards what do people in the Verde Valley need. And then also, Chris's camp, there are already at least 2 campers coming from out of the Verde Valley. One's from Phoenix, and then another's coming from California. Right. So yeah, we're trying to build it to what we need here in the community, and because we live in such a beautiful place, to attract people from other places to come visit during that time of year as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah, beautiful time of year too.
Yeah.
Now, when you're talking about people with disabilities, what type of disabilities do you see for the attendance at Chris's camp? Yeah,
so a majority is people with autism, but just like Cupertino Power Learning Academy, we are able to serve and support people with all different disabilities. I always think the best thing is, if you're curious about the camp, come and stop by. Let's have a conversation. And a lot of parents, this might be the first time, I know at this last camp and previous camps, where they had never left their child with someone for more than maybe an hour or 2. So sometimes it might be helping a younger person with autism or a disability maybe prepared to go to school for a longer day, because they're in an environment where they're very supported, and we have the experience with different people.
Wow, and that's a game changer. I know if you're a parent of a child with a disability, you know, they're your companion 24/7. So to have a little time to yourself might be super precious.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times I've had parents are like leaving, like, am I really going to leave my kid here? And it's like, it's okay. Like, if you can believe it or not, we've had the similar experiences, and we'll figure it out. We'll know what to do. And yeah, and I have about 10 staff so far, and meaning I'd like to get about 10 campers. That would be a good number of people.
Excellent. Yeah. So how do they sign up for the camp?
Let's see. Stop by Cupertino. You can also email and call, and the information will be on our Facebook and our website. And I don't know if somehow here maybe we can get it going. And yeah. And thus far, it's been a lot of word of mouth. So it's cool to be able to do this advertising right now.
Yep, absolutely.
But we have flyers going all around the Verde Valley for people to contact about the camp.
Well, great. So check out CupertinoPLA.org. Right. So check that out. You're going to have all the information you need there. Of course, Chris's camp, chriscamp.org is great too. I went to that. That's really super. Check it out. And check out Cupertino. I love all the things you're doing there.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing it to the Verde Valley. I know you've only been here like 2 years now. Thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing more of you, Emily.
Thank you for
really
having
cool.
me.
Emily Hawley, Director and Special Educator at Cupertino Power Learning Academy. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Fabulous views and unmatched quality with efficiency in mind. Just announced, C&B Construction is the only contractor ever to win the EPA's coveted Indoor Air Plus Leaders Award 4 years in a row. These Energy Star certified homes provide unparalleled energy efficiency, comfort, durability, and indoor air quality. C&B Construction is currently building at Gray Fox Ridge and Crossroads at Mingus. C&B Construction, locally respected and nationally recognized.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at Gettle'sHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettle's.
Building a home, remodeling, or need furniture for the holidays? Time to order is now. Amish Home Decor offers furniture for every room in your home in many different woods, stains, and styles. We even offer patio furniture and mattresses. If you don't see what you're looking for on the showroom floor, just ask. We buy from 100 different Amish families located at the corner of Glassford Hill and Highway 69 in Prescott Valley. Amish Home Decor is the place to buy tomorrow's antiques.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here with Angie Lozano, who is the Executive Director of Angie's House. We also have with us Eleanor, and Eleanor is with us from the group of Parents of Addicted Loved Ones. It's an amazing organization here. It is nationwide, but we do have a wonderful, wonderful Verde Valley group here, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. How's everything going, Angie?
Good.
Good?
Good.
Good.
Yes, busy.
I bet.
Yes,
I
always
bet.
busy.
I
And
bet
it's
you're...
a wonderful group that we have that is actually helping parents. Because part of what Angie's House does is help people who are in recovery.
Right.
And this support group is actually helping the parents and spouses and other family members of the addicted loved ones.
Oh, I was going to ask you, how does this connect to
Yes.
Angie's House here?
Yes.
I see. That's excellent. And that's a group, Eleanor, I think that could use a little hand every now and then. You know, a group of being a parent of an addicted person is got to be a little challenging. It's got to be some things that you might have to do differently than someone that maybe doesn't have that issue in their life.
Yes.
Well, this group totally changed my life with my addicted loved one. It was very powerful. The information that they gave us was things that I just didn't know and didn't understand, and I discovered from being part of this group that as much as I love my adult child, I was doing a lot of things wrong that was keeping our drama and our dynamic stuck, and I've learned so much from being in this group. And it's also wonderful to have other parents who are on the same journey, who are very loving, very accepting, and our scenarios are so similar that it's just been shocking to me that I go, they could be talking about my life. It's just so similar, the situation that we get in.
I bet. And I'm sure that a lot of parents feel like they're alone in this.
Yes.
Yeah, and when you meet other people, like, wow, it's the same. I know I've been a part of several different groups, and I'm always like, wow, we're actually the same. I thought I was alone in this. I thought nobody else has ever been here before. This is all new. Turns out, oh yeah, here's 12 people that have all been in the same situation, and it feels so good to be heard.
Yes.
You know?
And not judged. And they're just, everyone's there to help each other. And you can come in and share and take any advice, give advice. But even if you don't take the advice that was given, you can still come back next week and share and just come and be part of the group.
Excellent. Now, when we're talking about addiction, what type of addictions do you see with people coming in and saying, oh, this, that, or the other thing?
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, primarily it's been alcohol, heroin, opiate, over-the-counter, illegal opiates, drug use, meth, things like that.
And so it's across the board.
Yes.
It really is. Any substance.
Any substance.
It seems.
Yes.
For sure. And is it just children we're talking about? Parents that come in talking about adult children?
Primarily it's been parents, but we've also had spouses. We've had just, actually know a young lady who has a mother who is addicted and needed some tips on how to communicate with her. She loves her with all her heart. She just wanted to know, how do I get through to my mom? I want to help her so much. And so there were some things that she learned that really did help her.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. So people who have addicted loved ones. This is the group for people who have addicted loved ones.
Correct. Yes.
Which is amazing. And you have meetings.
Yes, every Monday, 6 to 7:30 at 821 North Main in Old Town Cottonwood. Yes.
Excellent. 6 to 7:30 in the evening? That's really a great
Free,
time.
no charge, light refreshments, and then a lot of great people that you can come in and just breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think the thing that's really been the most helpful to me, because I've been on this journey for more than 20 years with a family member, is getting very specific tools. We have a lesson every time we have a group that's from the book, The 4 Seasons of Recovery. It's what we use, and PAL has a curriculum. And they give you very specific languaging, like things to say and not say. Like, for example, I learned the difference between helpful caring and hurtful caring. And I discovered that as much love as I had, a lot of the ways I was trying to love was being hurtful. And there were so many things. Like one of the first things I learned was just words that you don't use. And I would write these texts, and I would call Angie or Pat and say, I want you to check my text. Is this like, am I begging, pleading, bribing, whining, lecturing, giving unsolicited advice? Those are all things PAL teaches you that don't work. And so she would read my text and go, well, you got to erase most of it. You can maybe keep the first sentence. And so I really learned right away to just talk to my loved one in a completely different way. And I have to say, even after one meeting, my relationship changed dramatically.
Wow.
And I discovered that all these years I've been sort of hammering at them to be different, stop the drug use, do it differently. There's all this chaos in our life. And when I started using different words, speaking differently, caring differently, I just saw changes immediately. I ended up asking them to leave my home, and it was a really rough time. One of the things PAL teaches you that when you change your behaviors, there's a storm you have to weather because they're used to you being a certain way. But it has made so much difference. There's peace in my home. I feel like my health has gotten better because, you know, with drug use in your life every day, it comes with a lot of chaos. Coming in all hours, sleeping during the day, not always able to keep jobs. And so much of that has calmed down and changed. And it's the understanding that I got from PAL.
That's
And in
fantastic.
return, the loved one has blossomed in so many ways. Yeah, so
Wonderful.
it is wonderful.
That's a wonderful success story. Thank you for sharing,
It's been
Eleanor.
great.
That's fantastic. And I just, it's very well rounded for you, Angie, to have both sides here.
Yes, it is, because, you know, and unfortunately there is a lot of help for the people who are dealing with addictions, but not so much for the family members who live through it daily and are in the same struggle.
Yeah.
So this is why this is perfect.
And it's a lot of struggle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you
for
care so
sure.
much for them.
It's, it definitely affects your health and
It
well-being
does.
in many ways.
That stress that you're under all the time.
Right, yeah, to have a group where you can share or choose not to share and simply listen, but learn the skills. And you said with one meeting, that's fantastic. We need a disclaimer, results are not typical, but you know, encouraged to go for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So every Monday,
Every Monday, 6
from
to
6 to
7:30.
7:30, where?
821 North Main in Old Town Cottonwood. It's a business activity center in the conference room.
The Business Activity Center.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Always welcome.
Just drop in.
Just
you don't
drop
have
in.
to register. There's no charge.
No charge.
Light refreshments.
Light refreshments, just come on in.
That's great. Do you have, I know you said you have a curriculum and you follow the book, The 4 Seasons of Recovery. And then there's
they're sharing, we're checking in with each other. How's the week going? Is there anything we need help with? Sometimes they'll come to the table and go, well, this is what's going on. You know, I need your feedback. What do you guys think? This is what I'm thinking of doing. What would you suggest? So it's really nice.
Very good. Yeah. And they can go to the website, palgroup.org. Lots of information there for you. Check that out, palgroup.org. Or you can give you guys a call, right? 928-225-5873. 225-5873. Give them a call if you're a parent or a spouse or perhaps a sibling of an addicted loved one, and just learning to change the words you use in your communication can just help so much. Just a little step right there. Angie, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Eleanor, thank you for sharing.
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate you being here. Angela Lozano, who is the executive director of Angie's House, and Eleanor, thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Paul Stanley here with Stanley Steel Structures. We offer shade structures that provide style, value, and performance. Our Equinox louvered roof opens and closes to give you the ultimate patio experience. We also offer Alumawood shade covers that looks like wood but lasts like steel and never needs painting or maintenance. Visit us at StanleySteelStructures.com. Contact us today and be covered tomorrow. Stanley Steel Structures. Let us add some space to your place.
Nothing personalizes a home like paint, and JPS Paint Center is your paint pro. Featuring durable interior and exterior paints from Benjamin Moore. JPS Paint Center can help you find the perfect shade, and they're experts in color matching for any project, including their selection of automotive paints from standard to extravagant. JPS Paint Center. Find the perfect paint and all your paint supplies too on Main Street in Cottonwood.
Northern Arizona Mortgage Corporation is your local choice for personalized home loans, and they've been doing it since 1986. They help home buyers obtain FHA, VA, USDA guaranteed rural housing, and conventional loans. From start to finish, they offer a safe in-person application process with licensed loan originators. Contact Shelley White Collier at northernArizonaMortgage.com or call 634-4251. Visit their office, located at 707 East Dominguez, Suite 601, Cottonwood.
Welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. I'm Jennifer Cohen, your host. Thank you for sticking with us today. We have with us Kathy Hellman, who is the Camp Verde Library Director, and she's the co-chair of the VVSciTech Verde Valley Festival. We also have the wonderful Diane Joens, who's the co-founder of Verde Valley SciTech Festival. Ladies, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
For having us.
So happy to be here to represent SciTech.
Absolutely. Science and technology together. Oh, it's a marriage made in heaven. It's just wonderful.
That it is.
How long has it been going on here in the Verde Valley? I know it's a nationwide thing, but let's talk specifically about the Verde Valley.
More than about 5 years going on.
We're either on our 6th or 7th year this year. Yeah.
Been quite a few years. I think we started in what, 2011, 12?
Something like that.
Yeah.
The state has been going a little longer than the Verde Valley. And I think this is their 8th year. I honestly lose track of those figures.
Lose track of time.
Yeah.
Just been going year after year after year. And
getting stronger and bigger. I know we've been doing this show. We're heading into our 5th year, and I think we've had you every year. And every year I see it growing and growing and growing. And it went from something that felt like a weekend to a week to now it's a month.
Yep.
There's a whole month of events happening. So tell us a little bit about what this year is looking like.
Well, we're just, we had a kind of a pause because we got a $200,000 grant.
Right.
We call it the RAIN grant.
Rural Activation Innovation
Network. Yeah, you have to remember what these acronyms mean, which is a grant that was received from the National Science Foundation. So the Verde Valley is one of the grantees. Not all of Yavapai County, just the Verde Valley. And we have these $200,000 mini grants. We're giving mini grants like $500 to $5,000 for someone that wants to do a science, technology, engineering, or math project, a STEM project.
Fantastic. And who can join in on that, Diane? What type of people or groups are we talking about that might be eligible for one of these grants?
Anybody that wants to do a science project.
It's for informal out-of-school learning. So it's not to replace what's happening in the schools, but to supplement in the community for really probably mostly for kids, but it is for any age. So if somebody has an idea for adults, or they want to do a developmental or an educational program for adults, that might work.
All right.
So. After school programs, things like of that nature.
Okay. So if they think they might qualify for possibly one of these grants, how do they go about contacting or getting involved in that?
It's www. Does it have www in front? Maybe it doesn't. But it's for the number 4 4az.org. Right. Yes.
Excellent.
So, and I don't think it has the 3 W's in front.
But if we type in 4az.org,
you'll find it.
Drop that in there in your search bar, and it's going to pop up, and it'll lead you through the process.
There's frequently asked questions. There's all of the procedures are on there. You have to find the Verde Valley because there's 4 different regions. But find the Verde Valley and start looking at the documents on the grant.
Excellent.
Will work. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on getting the grant. That's a huge grant.
It is,
that's the enormous grant. You can do a lot with that.
And Yavapai College is very involved with it. Dean James Perry is involved, and Alex Helm is also involved. And so someone could call Alex Helm at Yavapai College and find out more if she can refer them to the right place if they need something that they can't find.
Oh, great.
But the SciTech Festival, or this Verde Valley SciTech, is kind of taken, we're the same, but we're changing. And Kathy wanted to do a strategic plan, felt like that it was time for us to do that. So we created a strategic plan a few months back, and we're working that plan.
Excellent.
And as you said, we're kind of mirroring ourselves after the state SciTech Festival. And we're having projects, instead of trying to cram everything into 1 week, because it's so hard for parents and the community members and the children to do so many awesome things in 1 week. They need a little more time. So we're mirroring the state dates, which is February 18th to March 18th, but we're also going year-round now. Right. So any activity throughout the year, we can promote it on our website and Facebook page.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
One of the things that people will see is we're going to be at the Verde Valley Fair this year. So SciTech will have a presence there, STEAM at the fair or something like that.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sure what we'll call it, but probably in the homemaking building. And the college is doing a big event called Explorology, which the whole community will be invited to, and that's on May 11th. So that's going to be a big production and a lot of fun.
Very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of new things going on.
And that's 3 to 6 p.m. that the public is invited to see a lot of amazing, unique things. So we highly encourage the public's attendance to Yavapai College's Explorology.
And then you have an event at the Cottonwood Public Library coming up on February 21st from 2 to 5. That's got some neat stuff happening.
So yes, we have, you can get a copy of this on our website, which is www.VVSciTech.org. And we also have a Facebook page, but you can get the listing, which you can see there's a lot going on in that month. And then there's a few extending things.
That's 30 events.
Just a lot of things to do and it's free. You know, a family can take their children to see these events, and the children can learn so much. And, you know, so they can get these, Verde Valley Medical Center, they do an amazing event. We don't have their date yet, but in the past 2 years, they had the Fantastic Voyage. I always call it Journey, but they would allow the public to come into the operating rooms, and the doctors would be there, and the nurses and the techs, and they would show you things. It was just very interesting.
Wow, it's just so great and broadening so many little minds. I mean, granted, the adults are going to have fun too, but you know, that's a given. But all these things opening children's minds to things they may not have thought about before.
And the hope is that through SciTech that we would connect kids' education to what happens in the real world. So they're not sitting in school going, oh, why do I have to learn this? But
I'll never use it.
Yeah,
right.
But they go, oh, you know, I see how that fits with what I'm learning. And so then they would get more interested in maybe passionate about certain subjects.
Absolutely.
And follow those through their educational path.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about it. Science is in everything.
Yeah.
It's in cooking, it's in everyday life.
absolutely.
Of course, it's in your computers, it's in the pencil you're using, it's feeding your dog. I mean, science is in everything.
Yeah,
So,
winemaking.
very cool. Oh, it's in everything.
Motorcycles, Thunder Valley Rally, just archaeology, you know, in Camp Verde. I mean, it's everywhere. And really why I care about this so much personally is because, you know, jobs and community development, I mean, jobs are going to be global. It's a global workforce. And if we aren't trained, adults who want to go back to school and learn a new job, or children, if we're not trained in science, technology, engineering, and math, then maybe we're not going to have the opportunities for those jobs.
There you go.
And so that's why I really think it's a community thing. It's really about the community.
That's true.
And
That's great,
supporting
Diane.
the kids. Teachers can't do everything. Schools can't do everything. The community needs to help.
Absolutely. That's great input. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kathy, thank you for being here too.
Thank
Check
you.
out VVSciTech.org. VVSciTech.org. Simple website. Amazing stuff is happening from February 18th till March 18th. Lots of stuff going on. Make sure you check it out. Kathy Hellman, thank you. Thank you. Diane Joens, thank you. Thank you. We'll see you again soon. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Riley Whittaker, so stick around.
A1 Supreme Moving is your Verde Valley hometown movers. Trust your valuables to a family-owned and operated company with 31 years of moving experience. A1 Supreme Moving offers packing services. Fully licensed and bonded, your belongings are insured at full replacement value. Ask about teacher and vet discounts, as well as redecorating and holiday prep services. A1 Supreme Moving has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. For Supreme service, call A1 Supreme Moving at 634-0963.
We Organize You serves the entire Quad City area and the Verde Valley with custom cabinetry, including kitchen, garage, laundry, custom home office, and closet systems. Stop by their showroom in Chino Valley to see how they can make your home more convenient and valuable. It's time to get reorganized with We Organize You. For more information, go to weorganizearizona.com. That's weorganizearizona.com.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We are now here at the Verde Valley Archaeology Center, standing here with the fabulous Ken Zoll, Executive Director of the Center. Thank you for meeting us today.
It's my pleasure, as always.
As always, there's so much going on here. It's absolutely amazing. Every time we come in here, it's expanding, it's growing. There's amazing collections. You've got a lot coming up because March is Archaeology Month.
It's Archaeology, Arizona Archaeology and Heritage Awareness Month. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. And what are you doing for that?
Well, we have two things, major things going on for the whole month of March. Because one of our biggest collections was from the Paul Dyck Ranch, we are featuring 6 paintings, original paintings from Paul Dyck. He was, in fact, a relative of the famous Van Dyck from the 1600s. And so the family actually gave the center 3 of his paintings, and one of which is right behind us here. And the 2 others are fairly large landscapes, which we don't have the space for right now. But for this exhibit, they're giving us, loaning us 3 additional paintings, totally different than the 3 we have. And we'll be making some adjustments here on the floor and be able to show all 6 of the paintings, at least for the month of March, if not a little longer. So that's one of the big events for the whole month. And then, of course, we're always a part of this Camp Verde Pecan and Wine Festival. And so we do the Archaeology Fair at the same weekend, March 17th and 18th.
And that's an amazing weekend of all kinds of neat things. So if people come into the center during that time, what are they going to find?
Well, when we come into the center here, the main difference will be, well, the paintings. There won't be anything different than that. But across the street in the community center, or people know it as the gym, we will have a variety of archaeological exhibits, demonstrations. We will have a art show of both Native American artists as well as non-Native American artists, but the art has to deal with archaeology in art. And so it'll be something a little different than we've had in the past. In another one of the rooms over there, we will have a series of lectures and archaeology films. And so in the past, we used to have films and lectures overlapping, and people would say, well, I want to go to all of it. You know?
Right.
So we changed it this year. So there's, on Saturday, there's 2 lectures and then a film, and they're basically an hour and a half each. And then Sunday, we start the day with a film and then end with 2 lectures. So, and they're all free, except that the room only holds 60 people, so it's a first come, first serve basis.
Oh my gosh, that's a small room.
It is a small room.
And I would think with adding so much art into it, you're going to bring in a lot more different people this year, because there are people who focus on art and people who focus on archaeology. You're mixing them together. I mean, wow, standing room only.
Yeah, well, we're trying to do things differently, and as you say, we're trying to broaden our appeal to different people. And we had never thought about art as part of the museum before until John Dyck of the Dyck family donated the 3 paintings. And then we had someone donate this pot that's to the right of us here. That's from a very famous artist. He was actually a Vietnam vet that came back not quite adjusted, and but he hooked on to the Hopi warriors, and they kind of adopted him. And he started to do pottery of an old Hopi style. And so they gave us one of those paintings, which is quite valuable. So now that we have the pottery, we have the paintings, then we thought, well, like a lot of museums, there are art galleries within museums, so we're starting to consider that as well. So we've had a couple calls from other artists thinking that they'd like to donate in their will some of the paintings that they have of the American Southwest. So we'll see how this grows.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of growing, how's it going with your new building, your plans, with all that land you've got, with the trail that you're making? What's going on there?
Well, we did get the 15.28 acres of land donated to us here in Camp Verde. It's near the new Verde Valley Medical Center building. And 10 of the acres we have set aside as a Native American Heritage Preserve because there are pit houses there, and there could be some remains, we don't know for sure, but we want to leave them all alone. So working with the Yavapai Apache and with the Hopi tribe, we said we'd like to just set that aside as a preserve. So they're very pleased with that. But we're also going to create a trail, and the trail is actually done now. It's 0.42 mile circular trail, and it will have interpretive signs, benches, etc. And the Yavapai Apache are going to actually construct a wickiup along the trail, and the Hopi are designing a garden, traditionally used garden on it. And it'll be a free trail for anybody to come and look at. We'll do a soft opening during the Archaeology Fair, March 17th and 18th, then close it down to finish it up, and then we'll reopen it after a grand opening ceremony in early July.
So people can get a sneak peek to it during the soft opening, during the event, the 17th
that's
and
the
18th
idea.
of March. Well, that's nice. Tease everybody. And then kick them all out. Say, you can't come back.
That's right. That's
till
right.
June, July.
We'll lock it up.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Check out verdevalleyarchaeology.org. Great website. Great links to everything that's going on, links to what's happening with the festival, what's happening with the art, what's happening with everything that goes on here at the center, and of course, lots of things happening on that weekend in Camp Verde, the 17th and 18th.
That's right.
Your lectures, you've got 3?
We have a total of 4. On Saturday, it'll be a very interesting one. Arizona State did a survey of prehistoric racetracks a couple years ago. Very little known about them. They're only in central Arizona, and they're not quite sure exactly what they were used for. But we call them racetracks because we don't know what else to call them. They're basically long strips of cleared area, and they look like maybe a racetrack for running on, whatever. And so Dr. Will Russell, who led that study, will be giving a lecture on that. And then Todd Bostrick, who is the director of archaeology for the City of Phoenix, will be giving a talk on his research on the Hohokam canals. And then the next day we have a person coming from California who has been studying the rock art of Baja California and Southern California. It's never been recorded, and he's put together a book, and he's going to give a lecture about that.
Excellent.
And then we have Dave Dove, who owns property in Colorado, and he's the owner of the property where we've been doing archaeological investigations and excavations for about the last 6 years. So he's going to come and update everybody on the status of all those excavations.
That's amazing. So much going on. And you said, did you say they were free?
They're all free. Yes, free.
Oh my God.
We'll have a little donation box on the way in and out, but
please,
other than that, there's no charge.
Oh my gosh, you've got to check out the Verde Valley Archaeology Center here down the corner of Hellman and Main there. And don't forget, the 17th and 18th, check it out. Go to verdevalleyarchaeology.org. Thank you so much, Ken. So
My pleasure. Thank you.
We'll be right back, so don't go away. Woohoo!
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride!
Two was a perfect number till three came along. Sitting here all by myself, writing this song. All of us sitting together outside our school. I thought the two of us here made it so cool, but now it's me. I'm stuck here alone at home, got nothing to do, and you laughing so hard you could barely breathe. You probably forgot about me, but that's okay. That's okay, because I'm done trying to be your number one, and I'm so through standing here next to you, sending you messages but no reply. Well, now I finally realized I'm done. Do not be obsessive is what you said to me. I thought the two of us could rule this sea. Do not try so hard is what you said to her. People said you were perfect, maybe you were, but now it's me. I'm stuck here alone at home, got nothing to do, and you laughing so hard you could barely breathe. You probably forgot about me, but that's okay. That's okay, because I'm done trying to be your number one, and I'm so through standing here next to you, sending you messages but no reply. Well, now I finally realized, tomorrow it'll be another day. We may all be together and everything will be okay. This can all just blow away, 'cause just remember that tomorrow is another day. I'm done trying to be your number number one, and I'm so through standing here next to you, sending you messages but no reply. Well, now I finally realized I'm done.
Oh, that was wonderful. I loved it. Riley
you.
Whittaker, everyone. That was really spectacular.
Thank
I
you.
love your voice. It has such a wonderful quality to it.
Thank you.
And you wrote that song. That's an original?
Yeah, it's an original song.
I love the changes in tempo, the dramatic pauses. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. Now, we were talking earlier, gets the award for the youngest musician we've ever had on the VVE. Thank you so much.
This is awesome.
For being here.
Thank you for letting me come.
Oh my gosh. So you're 13?
Yes.
And you've been playing since you were 2?
Yeah, since I was 2. I mean, I've been like singing since I was 2. I started guitar when I was like maybe 10.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's great. Who inspired you? What would you say?
I mean, I listened to a lot of Taylor Swift when I was younger, but I mean, my parents used to like play a lot of old music on the radio, and I used to always sing along to that with them. So that inspired me as well.
Excellent.
Just everything.
Music in general.
Music in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Taylor's definitely a good role model.
Yeah.
That woman can work it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you know, we'll go, Taylor who? It's Riley Whittaker. That's the household name. I really liked the lyrics to that song. When did you write that one?
I wrote that one maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The brandy new one.
Yeah, it's pretty new. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, you've got a website, RileyWhittaker.com.
Yeah.
Correct? We can check you out on Facebook at Riley Whittaker Music.
Yeah.
That's on Facebook. And you also have a YouTube.
Yeah.
Riley W Music.
Yes.
And you've got several singles out there.
And Instagram, which you should go follow at riley.lynn.whittaker. Yeah.
I love it. Such a great promoter.
Thank you.
Well, your songs are wonderful.
Thank you.
And they have this great quality to them that's unusual, and it's both endearing and it's so interesting. And you're really like, oh wow. And then again, the lyrics are great.
Thank you.
So have you got enough together? You think you could do an album?
I'm at like 12 songs right now, but I only have like 3 or 4 recorded right now. So I want to go into the studio and record the rest of them. Which,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So you play in public?
Yes.
Quite a lot. Where do you play?
So I recently played at the Sedona Yoga Festival. I also played at Talent Slam in Phoenix, which was run by the National Kidney Foundation, and the money went to help kids with kidney disease go to an awesome camp.
Nice.
I play at Vino di Sedona open mics. Those are fun. And I played at the Red Rooster Cafe open mic. And I recently played a gig at that brewery the night before Talent Slam.
Wow.
It was like a friendly family kind of thing.
Great.
And yeah, it was really fun. I opened for Christy Fisher's band, so.
Cattywampus. We had those guys on recently.
Yeah,
awesome,
they're really
awesome.
good. They're amazing, yeah.
Gosh. So you do all this playing and all this gigging, and you sleep, and you go to school,
Yeah.
and you manage to have a life.
Yeah.
You're a very busy young lady.
Thank you. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What are your aspirations just for this year? Let's narrow it down, because yes, of course, global domination is going to be, you know. What do you think this year? What do you want to get accomplished musically?
Well, I want to like get an album done, definitely. That'd be so cool. Maybe get some more gigs like this around town and just get more noticed and get more out there. That'd be
There
so
you go.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really super. Well, we'll definitely do our best. Check out RileyWhittaker.com. Great stuff. If they want to contact you to book you for an event or perhaps check, more information, should they check website's the best place to go?
Or
Facebook?
you should text me at 928-451-6441. That's a good place.
That's a good way to get the gig. That's great.
Yeah.
Now, where do you pull your inspiration to write your songs? Like that one. Tell us a little bit about how you wrote that one.
Well, so I came home from school one day and like I saw like a group of my friends go somewhere together, and I was like, you know what? I'm like why am I sad about this? Like, they can have fun and stuff. So now I was like, I actually wrote the chorus a long time ago, and I don't know where it came from because it was so long ago. And then I found it on my phone, and then that happened, and then I started writing a verse, and I'm like, man, that really works with the chorus. So it just all came together.
That's great. It worked out really well. What was it called?
It was called I'm Done.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now the next one that you're going to play, what's that one called?
Always on My Mind. This is the first song I ever wrote.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, how cool of you to perform that.
Yeah.
How old were you when you wrote that?
Actually, it wasn't that long ago. It was the first song I wrote alone. I used to write songs with people, and I recently started writing songs with a friend. I was maybe 12. Yeah, I was 12. I was 12, and I'm 13 now, so it wasn't that long ago.
So it wasn't that long ago.
No,
So this is a brand new venture for you, this solo. Yeah. Well, it's definitely working.
Thank you.
It's definitely working. So we gotta get this girl in the studio. Okay, so check her out. RileyWhittaker.com. Check her out on Facebook. Check out the gives. I love the open mic nights at Vino and at the Red Rooster.
Yes,
I know the Red
those are
Rooster's
great.
like every other Friday or one Friday a month or something.
Yeah,
and then Vino does it constantly. You can check their calendar out. But those are a great place to start. Those are a great place for wonderful budding musicians, and we see some amazing people at those open mic nights. Just the talent in this town is amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, everyone's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun to have you on the show. I just love it, the age range we get
Well, thank you
of
for having
musicians
me.
here, and thank you for coming and your beautiful guitar, and you look absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you, so
I
do
just love
you.
it. I can't wait to see more of you around town, and of course, you know, you got to get your single out on the radio. I think we can help you with that,
That'd
and
be
you
so
know,
cool.
keep pushing, and of course all the festivals, because your sound is just so great. I can see it working with a lot of the festivals in town. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank
so
you
check
for
out
having me.
RileyWhittaker.com. You can go to Facebook, Riley Whittaker Music. You can check her out on Instagram. You can check her out all over the place. Definitely keep your eyes on this. Taylor Swift who? Thank you so much for watching the Verde Valley Experience. I'll check you out next time. Check us out at verdevalleytv.com.
You say you don't know me, but you really do. When I see you in the crowd yelling, woohoo, 'cause I know you. I'd recognize your face everywhere I go. When you said goodbye, I really didn't know. Should've let you go. You used to be so nice. What happened to you? Now you're as cold as ice. And you used to be so kind, but you should know you're always on my mind. You're always wearing sandals and you're really tall. You're always interrupting me with your mean phone calls. So I build a wall. Why do you have to be so mean when you were nice? Life was like a dream, or so it seems. You used to be so nice. What happened to you? Now you're as cold as ice. And you used to be so kind, but you should know you're always on my mind. You used to wish me good luck, but now I guess that don't mean much anymore. So I close the door. You used to be so nice. What happened to you? Now you're as cold as ice. And you used to be so kind, but you should know